Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Well, today we're going to talk about jabs because I have to go to get my flu jab and my COVID booster. Now, a flu jab, as you might know, is the injection that you get to protect you from flu. And I've had one already last year. I think I had one more or less 6 months ago, I think. And now I'm getting another. And at the same time, they're going to give me a COVID booster. We're going to go over some adjectives, but before we do that, let's talk a little bit more about health. Because in our newspaper today, I'm reading that a new website has been set up for British people called cryonecaweek.com. And it says on this website, click above to watch a tear-inducing video and take a moment to let yourself feel something. Obviously, somebody somewhere has decided that British people don't cry enough. And in true British style, they're just ordering us, you will cry. Yes, you have permission. And people will react to that. You know, one of the weird things about living in the UK is how controlled our emotions are compared to other countries, at least. I mean, things are changing. We are no longer the very stiff upper lip kind of people that we were maybe 60 or 70 years ago. But I think a lot of work needs to be done. I mean, the fact that they have to give us a website to allow us to cry shows just how much we aren't in touch with our feelings. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually operated by the government, but certainly this has been given to us by scientists. And cryonecaweek.com shows different movies, and you just refresh it to get the next one. There's scenes from all kinds of movies here. It doesn't say what they are. You have to keep refreshing it to get a different one. Part of the problem these days of living in the UK is our inability or unwillingness to express emotions publicly. Now, younger people seem to be getting better at that. They at least feel the emotions that I wasn't allowed to feel growing up. But there's still a lot of work needs to be done. And Cry Once a Week supposedly will help us with that. But there's something in our structure, in our infrastructure, that simply doesn't allow us to feel often. And that, I think, is what they're trying to change. You know, when young British people go abroad, they go absolutely crazy with alcohol, street parties, rioting, running. Well, you've seen them. You know the damage that they make in your country, and it's simply because here they don't have any way of expressing themselves healthily. So going on holiday is like an escape. It's like leaving the army for 2 weeks. And you might say, well, surely living in Britain is not like being in the army. You're right, it's not. But mentally, it probably is. It's quite horrific. And it's not until you've traveled or you've gone through some different experiences that you can see just how brutal living here actually is. Money really is the name of the game, which is an idiom we spoke about some weeks ago. It simply means the most important thing is making money in capitalism. And once you step away from that, I think your life can get easier. So cryonecaweek.com is a new website to try to get us to cry. I mean, the fact that they have to give us permission, I think, obviously says something about British people, doesn't it? Yeah, so very interesting. Anyway, let's get back to our adjectives to describe the flu jab. Now, I'm not looking forward to going to the center today because it's quite impersonal. Everything is very streamlined and nobody talks to each other. You know, I was in a coffee shop yesterday and in my pocket I had some coins. Now, when you have loose coins in your pocket, it's called change. So I had some change in my pocket. And of course, the man said, if you'd just like to tap your card on the screen to pay for your coffee. And I said, oh, can I pay by cash? Because I have some change in my pocket. And he said, yeah, of course, no problem. And I briefly said to him, yeah, you know, at home, I found some coins in my jacket pocket and I know I have to use them. But he didn't respond. There was a silence. And for me, that silence was not rude. It was more than rude. It was brutal. It was something violent. Because not only did he not respond, but he stood there just looking at me without emotion. And I'm thinking, wow, is this really where we've got to? That, you know, you don't even smile when someone's making conversation with you. It was really bizarre because compared to other small talk moments that I've had in the past, this one was really something else, you know? And I'm thinking, I wonder what happened there. Either he's having a bad day, he's not interested, but it was just a complete non expression. It was like looking at someone that wasn't alive, you know? Anyway, so I'll probably have to go through that again today. But I don't care. I'm still going to express myself in my usual way. And if people don't respond, well, that's the way it is. Anyway, right, adjectives to describe the jabs that I'll be getting today. Preventive. They help in reducing the risk of contracting the illnesses. Yeah, so they'll supposedly stop me or prevent me from catching the diseases, COVID and the flu. Protective, they offer protection against the viruses. So they'll be protective. That's a nice one, isn't it? Essential, they are crucial for maintaining public health. Yeah, so crucial means absolutely necessary. Effective, they have been shown to significantly reduce the severity of illnesses. Yeah. Safe, they are tested and approved for public use. Immunizing, they work by stimulating the immune system. Yeah, after they knock me out for 24 hours. Seasonal, flu jabs are often associated with specific seasons. Reinforcing, COVID boosters reinforce the body's defense against the virus. So, yeah, very interesting, very interesting. So that's a few adjectives that we can use to describe these. Preventive, protective, essential, effective, safe, immunizing, seasonal, and reinforcing. Well, I don't think anybody will be crying when they get their injection. Maybe some people do, but now that we're given permission to cry once a week, thanks to cryoncea week.com, perhaps it will encourage people more to be a little bit open. Yeah, and there we are. So that's what I wanted to tell you today. I'll probably make a short video clip outside the vaccination center. By the way, when something has been set up in a way to give it a dual purpose or to temporarily change its purpose, we call that thing makeshift. Let me just explain, okay? So basically, my local leisure center, inside it, they've created a makeshift vaccination center. Makeshift. So something which is makeshift is something which is temporary and is an improvisation. It's something which has been improvised to allow for a second use. So if you have a spare bedroom, maybe you use it as an office like I do. That's an improvisation, something which has been improvised. Okay, so that's where the word makeshift comes in. Okay, so the makeshift vaccination center. It's a bit strange because they have all these basketball baskets on the walls, markings for basketball on the floor, and nurses walking around. So there we are. It's a makeshift center. Maybe you have a makeshift area of your home. I know one of my neighbors has converted their garage where they keep the car into a spare bedroom. That's a good example of the use of the word makeshift. It's a makeshift bedroom because that wasn't its first purpose. Right, well, whatever you're doing today, I hope you enjoy it. I better be on my way, make this transcript before I have to leave. So I wish you all a great day and see you all soon. Bye.